The Oppo Find 7 is the second flagship from Chinese manufacturer Oppo this year after the Find 7A, and is also only the second available device that sports a QHD display of 2560 by 1440 pixels. Inside the box, you'll find the Find 7 itself. Retail packaging is identical to that of the Find 7A, including a headset with extra earbuds, a USB cable, some leaflets, and Oppo's proprietary fast charging AC adapter, which comes with its own cable and is touted by Oppo as being able to charge the 3000 milliamp battery extremely quickly. The display is the primary feature here, and like we said, it's only the second QHD sporting device next to the also 5.5-inch LG G3. Here we have both displays right next to each other. Like the Find 7A, you'll have the power lock button on the left side and volume rocker on the right, which is kind of unconventional as we're used to having it on the right side if you're a right-handed user. There's also the usual configuration of capacitive keys below the screen, but like on the Find 7A, they are very dim, with the rightmost one being back, the middle being your home button, and the left being the contextual menu key, which again, we're used to these being reversed on most interfaces. Below the display, there's a LED notification light. Up above, we have the 5 megapixel secondary camera next to the earpiece. On top, we have 3.5mm audio jack, while on the bottom, we have the primary microphone next to the USB port. Around back, we have a secondary microphone at the very top, next to a 13 megapixel camera with dual tone, dual LED flash, and a speakerphone grill at the bottom. The Find 7 has a removable back panel under which you'll find a micro SIM card slot and a micro SD card slot, both of which are not hot swappable as they are blocked by the battery. The battery itself is upgraded from the unit that we saw on the Find 7A by 200 milliamps to 3000 total milliamps. The Oppo Find 7 runs Android 4.3 on Oppo's own Color OS overlay. It's the same version of Android that we saw on the Oppo Find 7A, and although we would have liked to see Android 4.4 KitKat version, it's likely that Oppo needs more time to develop a more stable release for its latest Color OS iteration. Starting from the lock screen, that has the ability, like on most other ones, to add lock screen widgets, which are accessible by swiping to the right, while a swipe to the left will take you directly to the camera. Otherwise, past the lock screen, you get the usual Oppo home screen, which can be expanded to include up to 9 home screens. The right 2 are special home screens, one of which is reserved for the special camera interface, where you can take pictures directly from this interface, and they'll show up in a neat slideshow right underneath, which is very useful. There's also a special music home screen that features a record player-like interface that lets you quickly listen to your songs by a swipe, and you can also enable shuffling or repeating of tracks. You can access the full-fledged music player from here that has some neat customizations, like the included Max Audio Equalizer interface that's similar to something like Beats that you would see on HTC devices. Going back to the camera interface, the Oppo Find 7 is equipped with UHD video recording, which records video at 4K resolution. You can also enable HDR or even Ultra HD photos, which actually takes a series of 10 megapixel samples and splices them together into a 50 megapixel image. There's also the ability to shoot in RAW mode, as well as slow motion video at 120 FPS. Otherwise, the theme support that we saw on the Find 7A has been expanded here to include a plethora of downloadable themes that are very easy to download and install. Of course, if you like your Android version to look as vanilla as possible, there's even a Jelly Bean theme that Oppo has included, which uses all the icons and features that you would find on stock Android, which is great for people that don't want a lot of customizations from the manufacturer. Photos app is similar to what you'll find for most Android interfaces. It allows you to quickly browse through your photos and look at them in detail, and Oppo has also included a robust editing feature that allows you to add all sorts of effects. Finally, web browsing is powered by Chrome, and we had some great performance in our web browser benchmarks. Text looks especially crisp on the QHD display. And that was the Oppo Find 7.